a teacher-student pairing, a kind of incestuous relationship, two friends that kind of just become lovers, and then a rapist who ends up becoming the victim.
Ooh, Yaoi review.
Hi everybody, it's Corbin, and today I'm here to talk to you about But I'm Your Teacher by Row Takakura, sorry. We'll read the back and we shall delve into the nitty-gritty. But I'm your teacher. A hot, sexy student makes a pass at a substitute teacher. Will Mr. Yuharo be seduced by his ravenous and hungry student? If so, wonderful to be in love. With this and another. This yaoi is full of sizzling, short love stories filled with steamy love scenes. Enjoy. This is rated 18 and older, and it's published by Kitty Media. Now, this is an oldie but goodie, but when I saw this in the box of the yaois that I bought, I couldn't resist. I had to read it almost instantly. And let's talk about art style. It's actually a very beautiful, kind of traditional style. And let me find a part that's a little more PG to show you. It's just very pretty. It has a lot of that nostalgia kick. All of the characters look mildly effeminate to androgynous. There isn't much masculine feminine in this volume as far as every story goes. You can tell who's uke, who's seme. One is always taller. One is always a little more ripped and more muscular than the other. So you always have an idea. So yes, love the artwork. The artwork does help as a vessel to tell you what is going on, and it doesn't hinder it. It's actually pleasant to look at. Storyline-wise, I need to flip to the back, because the back has my answer, because I can't remember how many shorts are in this. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 short stories. The first short story is 2 sections long, and it is the title story of But I'm Your Teacher. We follow a student and a teacher and how they're, while the substitute teacher is still substituting, then we follow it after the teacher is no longer substituting, where the student attending school, and we just see it evolve like that. It ends happy. They all kind of relatively end happy, depending on how you look at it. The second story is, I have to take a quick glance at the title and I'll remember, I believe that this is the one where they're stepbrothers. So, it's a couple of stepbrothers. The 2 stepbrothers, both of them are mildly in love with each other. And they're both very effeminate. One is super popular, and everybody in the school wants them. The other one is a nerd. I mean, it's the nicest way. He's always fond after his stepbrother, even before they were step-siblings. And yes, they end up doing Bang Bang Smash Smash one day while they're at home sick, and that's where the story kind of ends. The next one after that one, I believe, all I can remember is the last one at this moment. Yeah, I think the next one is about a boy who ends up babysitting his sister's kid. Then he's dating this guy. This guy is really good with babies, and they end up becoming kind of like a pseudo-married couple while they're babysitting this kid. It evolves very well. It's very beautifully written. You see that love is pretty much the main driving force in their relationship, but sex was necessary for them to feel complete. Then we have a story about a boy who is an escort and falls in love with a reporter who's trying to get a scoop on a story. It was interesting. It ran very smooth. It ran kind of predictable, but it was still very sweet. It was very romantic. I love the way it was depicted. I'm sorry, I'm having to glance through this, and I don't want to exactly show you X-rated things. Scandalous is about a actor and a stuntman. The stuntman does stunts for women characters because he's very effeminate in frame and body, and that's just how it works out. He's a male stunt, and he evolves and they fall in love. Their love becomes kind of public when they accidentally broadcast their love on television. Now, the last story is kind of like the hip-guppy one. It is about a photographer who hires this boy to be his model and live with him 24/7 so he can take nude photos of him. The entire time, he tells the boy he's not allowed to wear clothes because they leave marks, and he has the boy throw away all of his clothing while he's there for his stint with this photographer. Well, on the last day of the boy working for this photographer, he's hired this other man who is supposed to be another model to model with this boy, and the boy is 18. He looks very young in the story. And the man that he hired to model with him proceeds to have a forced intercourse with the other young man, and the photographer takes hundreds of photos. Well, he figures that he'll never see the boy again. The boy ran out of the house, and he figured the boy will never come back. Well, it turns out that he's had these photos developed, and they're hot and sexy to him. The photographer beats off to the photos, and the boy does come back right after the photographer finishes. And the photographer explains that he was in jail because he was a sexual predator, and he'll completely understand if the boy calls the police, and he kept profusely apologizing. And the guy said, well, I guess I need to call a new model if you're not going to call the police, because I doubt you'll want to stay. Well, that's when the kicker happens, and it turns out that the boy has secretly been stalking the photographer for years, and he beats the photographer over the head unconscious, ties him up to a chair, and keeps him as a captive. I didn't know how to feel about that story when I read it. I still don't know how to feel about that. So I don't know how I feel about the story. It stuck with me. It was very much so a WTF story. It was good. I wish it was longer. I would love to have known more background. But it is what it is. As far as recommending it, I did really like this. If you can get your hands on it, I recommend reading it. I recommend reading all of her shorts. They're really good. So yes, if you guys have read this before, let me know down in the comment section below. Shoot me a like, a favorite, subscribe, share this with a friend who likes Yaoi, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Do you like what you see? Then... subscribe!